Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial. So today we're doing a cup bust here. So the shoulder we're working with, starting right now, we're working with the back is 15 divided by 2, we have 7.5. I'm going to draft it like I'm drafting a normal blouse, so it's going to be beginner friendly. So 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5, plus half an inch, that's 8. So I'll take this height here. Then we have something that we call chest line. Chest line is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Sometimes you can measure around the armhole and divide it by 2. So I have 9 for this one. Normally it is 8, but we used to slope the front by 1 inch. So if you slope it by 1 inch, if you don't add it back, it's going to be very tight, so you have to add it while you are putting in your chest measurement. So it's 8 plus 1, that is 9. So I'm going to mark 9, or let me just mark the vertical, let me just mark all this line. So I have 9, I have my bust point for 10, I have my under bust for 13, my half length for 16, and the full length we are working with 23. So let me just duplicate it here and mark a straight line. So this is my chest line, my bust point, under bust, half length, and the full length. So on this chest, the shoulder measurement that we put here, we're going to input it here. So that is 8. So then I'll form a straight line with it. So remember I said I was going to slope this by 1 inch. So you can even slope your front by 1.5, then the back by 1 inch, because the front end to, is not as long as the back because of the bust. Okay, so we are going to do the 3 by 3 inches standard neckline. You can always alterate, you can always reduce depending on the size that you're working with. So that is 3 by 3. And I will slant this. That is all for this. So we're going to input our measurement. Then we're talking about bust. Bust is 37. 37 divided by 4, I have 9.25. So I'm going to put the 9.25 on the chest line and also on the bust point line. Alright, then I'll come to the waist, to the under bust. I'll skip the under bust, I'll move down to the waist. So the waist is 30 divided by 4, I have 7.5, that's 30. I have 7.5. Then I'm not going to, I just want to note it. Then on the where the blouse length is going to stop, you have to take the circumference. So I have 32.5, so that's 16.25. Sorry, that's 8.1. 32.5 divided by 4, that's 8.5. So another important measurement we need here is our bust palm, and the person I'm working with here, the bust palm is 7.5. 7.5 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.75. so just input the measurement. Since we're going to be adding, this is a corset, you have to add the allowance on the paper, or on the pattern when you're cutting. So that's a 3.75 on the bust, on the under bust, on the waist, and on the blouse length. That's a 3.75. So then we'll convert that into a straight line as well. Okay, so that is it. Are we on the right track? So that is it. Then for corset, this you can determine where you want, how much cleavage you want to show. So this is my bust point, remember that's BP. Then this is, let me just put it here, that's BP, and this is my under bust. So you can take the measurement from your under bust to your bust point. I have 3, so I can still bring out the 3 here just to show how, my former boss we used to use compass we just use the compass and draw the round circle so that we can see how the bust is going to be. So but you can determine how you want it, or you can also take it from the neckline, how much cleavage you want to show. You can also come from your chest line. You can go up by 1.5, you can go up by 2 depending. So if I go up by 3, so you can see it's almost like 2 inches from my chest line. Do you see? So I'll just do okay. So on this chest line, you can determine if you want it to be 1 inch when you open it, or 1.5. I think the highest I've seen is like 1.5. If you do 2, it will be too wide. So I'll just do half an inch here. So by the time I open, it's going to be 1. When it is going to be 1. But before we move to this place, please let me just finish up finish up with the armhole. So the armhole here, I came in by half an inch. Let's draw the armhole, so in case I have somebody that wants to do a yoke. Okay, so that's our armhole. So like I was saying before, that you can determine how much cleavage you want to show. So you can do 2 inches or 1.5. So I think let's do, you think we should do 1.5? All right, let's do 1 inch. Let me see, 1 inch, that's like 8. Okay, let's do 1.5. So 1.5, take your 1.5 here, 1.5, then this is 1.5. So that's 1.5. This is now going to serve like our new chest line. So mark your 1.5 here all the way. So remember that we've taken half an inch here. Thank you. So before I even continue, let's determine our bust that take out, what we take out for our bust. For I have something I use and I've been working with it for a long time. I wrote here for a bust of 32 to 35, I do take 1.5. Then for a bust of 36 to 41, I do take 2. Then for bust of 42 to 45, I do take 2.5. Then 46 to 50 above, you can take 3.5 depending. So this bust range fell in between 36 to 41, so that's going to be 2. So for that 2, you can determine how much you want to take. So towards this front, I like to take half an inch. I don't go more than half an inch towards the front line. I take half an inch. Then the other one, I will add it to the side. So this is going to be 1.5. If the person has a bigger bust, you can do 2 inches, but I'm going to take 1.5. Then 1.5. So that's what I'm going to take. So let me connect it into a straight line. So that is it. That's our bust intake. Then after taking this bust, so I'm going to connect it to my bust point. I'll use a curve ruler, a curve to this armhole curve for this side. So if you notice that this curve side is not, it's not giving, it's not that curve, depending on how busted the person is, you can still go and do half again and bring it out. But I'm okay with this. Then on this side, I'm going to curve again to my bust point. So this place, some people come down by half an inch, 1 inch depending, but just make sure that it's not sharp, make sure that it's curved. If I'm still doing the upper part, I'll still curve it out more. Okay, so on this upper part too, we have to tighten our bust. You come to the middle of your shoulder, get the midpoint, that's 2.5, then connect that line to your bust point. So that is it to the bust point. After connecting to the bust point, then on this line now, you can now do, I would like to do 1 inch and 1 inch. You can decide to do 0.75, but 1 inch for an average bust. Then if the person is very busty, you can actually make it 1/2, but 1 inch is okay. For 1 inch, half an inch if the person does not have, he's not really busty, then 0.75 if the person is not really busty, but 1 inch is like a standard. If you want to take it, then you connect it with your ruler. That's it with your ruler. So like I was saying, that the beauty of this, just make sure that your cuff, like look at it now, if I cut it out, it's going to be very sharp. So later I'm still going to blend it, make sure that it's blend. Do you understand? So some people you can actually use a curve as well, but just make sure that it's not, when I'm cutting it out, I'll see I'm going to blend it out so that it's not sharp. Anyway, that's for this. So from here now, we'll now connect to that 1/2 inch that I told you on the chest line. So I'll connect here. Let me just connect here before I'll connect to this place. So I'll connect to this 1/2 inch I took here on the bust point. So another thing you need to do is from here, just take your measurement here, then also take here. You will notice that the one on this part is always longer than this one, so you can correct that as well. This is 3, and then this is my 3. So this is it. So connect it back. Okay, so that is it. Then after this one, we're gonna come to this side. So for this one, you just need to get your, what's it called, your hammer cuff or whatever cuff you have. Then just take it from here and take it to the other bust. So the front part of the cup is ready. So for the second part, you can actually use your bust palm. No, that's your, what's it called, your nipple to nipple. So you remember this was 7.5 divided by 2, we had 3.75. so you can add 1 and make it 4.75 and take it. Or from this hammer, you can come in by 1 inch and mark it. So I'll be using the bust palm method. So that's 3.75 plus 1. So I'll just take, that's 4.75. I added 1 inch to it. So from here, so from this line, you can just come to your hammer like this in a curved manner. You can do anything you want on this side. Do you see? So from here, see, just take it up. Then from here, connect it. I hope we are following. I hope we're understanding my curve. So just follow, or sometimes you can just follow this your hammer line here. Okay, so that's like a 9.2. Remember, but this is a curve, so I would like to just take this 8.75 here. Wait, yeah. I noticed that this place was a bit bending. It's not straight. That's why. So this is it. Okay, so this is our cup. This is one cup. This is the second cup. We're not done. So whatever we take back our, what's it called, so from here we took 2 inches. Remember that we took 2 inches. So, and this is our initial bust measurement. So we're going to add the 2 inches that we took here. Then this one too is like let me see, almost 0.75. so just add 2.75. Return it. We're still going to trim it out, okay? But if you actually need a yoke, if we need it, okay, don't worry, let's continue. So then on this side we took 2 inches. So remember that our bust, under bust, we didn't take it the other time. Our under bust is 38. 38 divided by 4 is going to give us 7. So 7, let me see, 7 then plus 2, that's the dart intake here. So that's 9. Then we took this one, we just had the dart intake, that's 2 inches, okay? So then on this one we just add the dart intake, that's 2 inches. So you can decide to add the same allowance or you add it on the pattern. So I think I'll be adding it on the pattern because I want to use the side for the back. So remember, okay, where is it? Okay, so just 2.75 here, 2.75. so I'll just take it like this. Hey, if I try to connect it like this, it's going to be a bit curved, but don't worry, by the time we bring it out, it's going to be okay. Or better still, you can just take it all the way down. Okay, don't worry, let's just curve it out. Let's dropped our paper. So this is what I have. Then remember that front and back are not always the same. So my back difference is 2 inches. So on this bust point, this is my bust point, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. 2 inches here. So then I'll connect to the bust point here. You shall, don't worry, all this line will make sense, but I hope you're understanding. That's my issue. I hope you guys are understanding it. So I'll have to amend my pattern, but in order for my pattern to relax, I have to slash this one so that I can be able to bring it here. So I'll cut it here. So see, let me just still maintain my straight line. Okay, let me still maintain my straight line. Remember that this is our initial line, but I just maintain this one because by the time I fold this one, I still have to adjust some of these measurements. And remember that I didn't have the same allowance, I just returned my that. So I would like to cut. Let me get a tape and cover this place and cover it like this. Okay, let me just cover it like this so that we can see all our cup. So because we adjusted that side, it has affected our cup here. So I have to retrace the cup again. So this is my cup here. This is the initial line. So because we cut out this one, it has affected it. So this is our cup for the back. So this is the cup. So still check this side again if they're still going to be the same. Okay, still 3. Or you can also bring them together like this. You can also bring it together like this and cut it out. Anyway, so let's cut it out. So if I was doing a yoke corset, so this is it, I'll just remove the neckline. If we're actually doing a yoke, we'll have come down by ½ an inch here and let it join with this one. Remember, so that one has been cut. So if I was actually doing a yoke like this, I will not have added this one. I will just cut it the same way so that I can have my yoke in piece. But now that I've cut it out, I have to place another pattern on it, put this one together here, you know, and trace it out. Do you see? Like this, so that I can have a round, you know, it's not straight, so I can have this curve. So I can just put it together and bring it out. So but that is if I'm doing a yoke. If I'm doing a yoke, but I'm not doing a yoke, so I'm going to leave it out. So this is what we have. We have to label this thing. So like I was saying, like look at the cuff now. The cuff, you can see that is a big cuff. So when I'm cutting on fabric, I will blend with it, as in I will blend it, make it curve and not sharp like this. So this is it. That is our cup corset. Then this is the center front. So I'm going to label it. So this is like the side front. I like to put joining here, then this is the side front. Then this is my up, my down, up, and then down. Then this is our front. So this is what we have. I'm going to cut this on my paper. I'm going to have ½ an inch round. Then remember that this one too, I am supposed to join it like this and bring it out. So what I'm going to do is on my fabric, I'm going to be adding 2 inches, sorry, 1 inch is okay, 1 inch here. Then I'll add my 1 inch here. Then I'll add my 1 inch here, add my 1 inch here. So I'll join them together. So that's for the front. So let's move to the back. The half length for the back is 14. So I'm going to mark 14. So this is my chest line, my bust point, and this is 14. So the half length for the front is 22. If you remove 2 from it, that's going to be 21. So this is going to be 21. So then that's 14 and 21. So let me connect it to a straight line. Foot my shoulder measurement. Remember the shoulder measurement was 8 inches. Then I'll just put this shoulder measurement. I won't be putting zipper allowance because there's going to be a loop here and highlight. So let's just do the basic one and come back and show you. It's just the basic, like I slope it down, then 3 by 1 that I input my bust measurement, my waist and my hip circumference. So remember that this is 21 in length. So for the back, I even forgot to do something. So you can either leave it straight like this, or you just come up by 1.5 and connect it. But I won't do that. There's a shape I'm trying to imitate. When I'm done, I'll trim out the shape on the fabric. So this one, you can determine how open you want your loop to be. So there's something I like to do on this chest line. I noticed that if you do corset and you leave your chest line like this, especially if you have a kind of big bust, if you're trying to lace it, there's no upper distance to hold it. So I like to, just on this side, I like to come up a little bit so that something to hold the bust. So I'll just come up here by 1 inch. So I'm going to just slant it down like this because this side remember that we stop at the chest line for the front. It has to match it. So I just go up by 1 inch here. 1 inch. So I'll connect it here. So that back is going to be giving that slanted, inverted. It's not slanted. This side will be up, this side will be low. So determine how big you want it, how wide you want your loop to be. So I'll be doing 2 inches. Then on this side I'll be doing 1 inch. Then on the waist to like 1.5 thereabouts, 1.5. So just connect it. Then connect to your one. You can just take it like this too and bring it down. Anyone that works for you. So this is it. Then I'm just going to cut it out. Remember that we didn't snatch this waist. The waist was 30. I didn't remove anything. But if you want to snatch it, because there's still going to be loop to pull it together. This is just a basic bust, cup bustier. But if you corset bustier and bust button anyhow. So but if you really want to snatch your waist, you have to remove maybe like 2 or 3 inches or maximum 3 inches. If you want to do 4 anyway, the law will help you. So if you really want to snatch the waist, you can come here, draw a style line, take half an inch on both sides. Just remember that when you're taking half an inch on both sides, it's going to be like 2 in the front, 2 at the back. That's 4. Yes, now this is 1. The other side too is going to be 1. Then the front and the back is going to be 1. That's 4. Or you can take but 0.25, so you can just snatch the waist from here, take it away. Then also at this side too, that's for the front. But I'm not doing any of this here. So for the front too, just take a style line. Anyhow, you can draw your style line anyhow. Just draw it here. Take 0.5. Assuming I'm going to take a dash. So I just take 0.25 or 0.5, depending on how much you want to snatch your waist. Then connect it here, cut it out, and join it together if you want to cut it in one piece. But if you don't want to cut it in one piece, you can have it separately. So this is what I've just cut out this one. I didn't have seam allowance, just when I didn't have seam allowance, I'm going to be adding my seam allowance on my fabric. So if you are doing a yoke as well, this is your yoke. If you want all this one that used to have curve one, you can come down. You can come down by 1 inch or 1.5, and connect like a C kind of a thing. If you want something like this, if you want a love shape, you can bring it out like this. Just do different style. Be creative mind. Tailors are creative. Fashion designers are creative. Just something simple and just bring out your creativity. Then I'll cut the eyelets. Okay, so remember that we took 2 inches here. Then this one 1.5. In case you want to do your modesty panel, you need this to calculate it. So our loop will just be here. So see now, let's check. So all these ones are not needed. So this is our side. It has to match. So check it. If it's not matching, you can, you know, trim it out. But see, it's matching. Do you see? It's matching. So if you, I didn't know that my camera was not recording again, so I've cut it out. This is the front pattern and this is the back pattern. Like I was saying, just match it up, make sure that they are the same thing. Then we had our loop here. This is 2 inches, 1.5, then 1 inch. I hope you learn 1 and 2. I hope I'll be able to bring you the sewing tutorial, but let's see how it goes. All right, see you in my next video. I just thought to bring you this. When you are joining this thing, remember that you are still going to take your bust measurement. Okay, so when you are taking your bust measurement, you can either reduce your bust measurement, you know, so that your breast can be, it's going to compress your breast a little, not really too much. You can just do 0.25 or half from the overall measurement, so that your bust can compress and, you know, so it's going to shoot out. Then remember, you can use a push-up cup to do all those things. So I just said, let me chip in this.